Welcome back. I'm so happy to see you again. I hope you had a nice week. My week was a lot of fun. I'm so excited to learn Parsha with you again today. Remember to pay attention for the quiz at the end. This week, we are learning Parsha Tavo. The Parsha begins by talking about Bikurim. The mitzvah of Bikurim is commanding the farmer to bring the first fruits to Jerusalem. Wait a second. What's a first fruit? Is it the first time we eat a fruit? Do we have to save a piece for God? Uh-oh, I hope my parents did this for me when I was little, because the first time I ate fruit was when I was a little kid. The first fruit isn't the first time you eat a fruit. The first fruit is the first one that's grown on a plant, and it only applies to fruits grown in the land of Israel. Not only does it only apply to the fruits grown in the land of Israel, but it is only wheat, barley, figs, pomegranates, olives, dates, and grapes. Wait a second. Wheat and barley are fruits? I always thought they were grains. Okay, so I just did a quick search online, and they are actually fruits. The way scientists determine whether something is considered a fruit is by looking at how it grows. Wheat and barley actually have seeds. This is very interesting. I guess you learn something new every day. Okay, back to the first fruits. When the first fruits are ready, the farmer will bring them to the Beis HaMikdash. He will say a bracha of thanks to God, and then he will give the fruits to the Kohanim. The Kohanim are then allowed to eat the first fruits as a thank you from God for their service to God. The farmers are commanded to separate the food they grow into different teeths. Farmers do not have to do this anymore because we don't have the Beis HaMikdash anymore. They were required to give the portion to the Kohanim, the Levites, the poor, and to save one for themselves to eat in Yerushalayim. These teeths were spread out over a period of 3 years, and every 3 years they were repeated again. At the end of the 3-year cycle, there are special instructions for the day before Pesach. The farmer must announce that he has given all his teeths and ask God to bless his land and the Jewish people. We are reminded once again to follow God's commandments. We chose God to be our God, and God chose us to be special. The Jewish people are told to gather 12 large stones when they cross the Jordan River. The stones were covered in plaster, and the entire Torah was carved into these stones in 70 different languages. Wow! It takes us over an entire year to write the Torah nowadays. Can you imagine how long it took them to write the Torah in 7 languages? These stones were a reminder to the Jewish people that if they did not follow God's commandments, they would not be able to keep the land of Israel. Yehoshua is told to take these stones and make an altar on Har Eval, which is in the center of the land of Israel. They will offer all their sacrifices there, and the stones will be carried back to Gilgal, which is the first stop in the land of Israel. The Jewish people are told to announce the curses and blessings on Har Gerizim and Har Eval. The elders of the Levi tribes stood with the Aron Kodesh between the 2 mountains. The rest of the tribes were split up between the 2 mountains. Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisachar, Yosef, and Binyamin stand on Har Gerizim, which is the mountain with the blessings. The tribes of Reuven, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, Naphtali stand on Har Eval, the mountain with the curses. The Levites and Kohanim faced Har Gerizim when they announced the blessings they faced on Har Eval when they announced the curses. We are told that if we follow God's commandments, we will be blessed, but if we do not follow these commandments, bad things can happen. Moshe reminds the Jewish people of all the miracles that God has performed from them leaving Egypt until that day. Since God performed these miracles for us, we should follow his commandments. The Parsha ends by Moshe telling the Jewish people, now, 40 years after they accepted God's commandments, they have a heart to know, eyes to see, and ears to hear. Okay, I hope you're paying attention because it's quiz time! Are you ready to review the Parsha? Let's begin. What is a mitzvah of Bikurim? Bringing the first fruits to Yerushalayim, going on vacation, eating a large meal, or davening 3 times a day? That's right, it's bringing the first fruits to Yerushalayim. Where must a fruit be from? Anywhere you plant it, from your backyard, only Israel, or only from a mountain? That's right, it can only be from Israel. How do we know wheat and barley are fruits? They have seeds, they taste sweet, the Torah says so, or they're not fruits. That's right, we know that they're fruits because they have seeds. the end of the 3-year cycle, the farmer must say a blessing before what holiday? Shabbat, Purim, Hanukkah, or Pesach? That's right, it is Pesach. How many stones did they collect? 613, 50, 10, or 12? That's right, the Jewish people collected 12 stones. Great job, you got them all correct. Thank you for watching my Parsha video. Have a good Shabbos.